The mind is like a clear mirror. When it is covered in dust, it cannot reflect the world as it truly is. We spend our lives standing before the crossroads of choice, paralyzed by the fear of choosing the wrong path. We weigh gains and losses as if life were a merchant's ledger. But a decision is not a calculation of external outcomes. It is a movement of the soul. To make a hard choice is not to predict the future, but to align the self with the innate knowledge that already dwells within you. You ask how to choose when the path is obscured. You seek a formula to ensure success. But success and failure are shadows that flicker and fade. The only reality is the intent behind the step you take. This is what I call the unity of knowledge and action. To know what is right and not to do it is the same as not knowing at all. When you face a difficult decision, the hesitation you feel is often not a lack of information, but a conflict between your true heart and your selfish desires. We are often held captive by the opinions of others or the heavy weight of tradition. We look outward for a sign, hoping the world will tell us which way to turn. But the world is a chaotic sea. If you anchor your peace to the results of your choices, you will always be adrift. The sage does not choose based on what will bring the most praise or the least pain. The sage looks inward to the liangji, the primordial conscience. This is the light that never flickers. It knows without thinking what is true and what is false. Consider the nature of a tree. It does not deliberate on whether to grow toward the sun or deep into the earth. It simply follows its nature. Your nature is to act in accordance with the way. When a choice feels hard, it is usually because your ego is at war with your intuition. You want the reward, but you fear the sacrifice. You want the safety of the old path, but your spirit calls for the new. To resolve this, you must polish the mirror of your mind. Remove the dust of greed, the soot of anxiety, and the grime of pride. Once the mirror is clean, the choice becomes as clear as an object placed before your eyes. Do not wait for a moment of perfect certainty. Certainty is a phantom. In this world, we only learn through the act of doing. Action is the completion of thought. If you sit in a room for 10 years, contemplating the nature of a journey, you have not moved an inch. But the moment you take a single step, the path reveals itself. The difficulty of a decision is often just the friction of your own stillness. Once you move, the friction vanishes. Many people believe they must first find the answer and then act upon it. I tell you that the answer is found within the action itself. If you are torn between 2 careers, 2 loves, or 2 lives, do not ask which one is better. Ask which one allows you to maintain the integrity of your heart. If you choose the path of profit over the path of virtue, your mind will become clouded. You may gain wealth, but you will lose your mirror. And a man with a broken mirror can never see where he is going. The weight of a hard choice comes from our attachment to the self. We think, how will this affect my reputation? How will this change my comfort? This "my" is the source of all suffering. When you widen your perspective to see yourself as part of the great whole, the choice loses its heaviness. You are a cell in the body of the universe. When the hand moves to protect the eye, it does not stop to calculate the cost. It acts because it is part of the whole. If you find yourself stuck, go into stillness. Not the stillness of sleep, but the stillness of a mountain. In that quiet place, strip away the what-ifs. Strip away the expectations of your parents, your peers, and your rivals. What remains That quiet, persistent pulse of knowing is your guide. It may tell you to take the path that looks more difficult. It may tell you to stay when you want to run. Whatever it commands, obey it without hesitation. To live is to decide. Every breath is a choice to continue. Every word is a choice to manifest a thought. If you treat every small decision as a practice in sincerity, the large decisions will no longer terrify you. You will have built a foundation of truth that cannot be shaken by the winds of fortune. You will realize that there are no wrong choices if the intent is pure. Even a choice that leads to worldly hardship is a victory if it was made with a clear heart. The world will tell you to be practical. I tell you to be sincere. The world will tell you to be cautious. I tell you to be resolute. A hard choice is merely an opportunity to prove your commitment to your own inner light. Do not look back with regret. Regret is the rust of the soul. Once the decision is made, let it be as if it were written in the stars. Carry it forward with the strength of a rushing river that does not stop for the stones in its bed. Your life is a work of art, and every choice is a brushstroke. Do not let the brush be guided by fear. Do not let the colours be chosen by those who do not understand your vision. Hold the handle firmly, trust your hand, and lay the colour down. The beauty of the painting is not in its perfection, but in the honesty of the artist. Go now and act. Do not overthink the consequences. The consequences belong to the heavens. The action belongs to you. If you act from a place of innate knowing, you are already successful. The path is under your feet, and the light is in your heart. There is nothing more you need. There is nowhere else you need to look. The choice is already made. Now simply live it.